The COVID pandemic has affected all people in the United States. However, not equally. We're almost a year into the pandemic now, and we've seen that the less money a person made before the pandemic means that it's more likely that person lost her job, remains unemployed, and faces even more challenges, like keeping a home, a place to live, or purchasing enough food. This issue of Charities USA is going to look at that last challenge, the situation during COVID of food security or food insecurity. According to Feeding America, the way the numbers are trending, the amount of people who are food insecure, in other words, those people who can't afford to buy themselves or their households enough food, those people, the number of those people could rise to 50 million, including 17 million children by the end of 2020. Catholic Charities USA and the Catholic Charities Ministry in the United States, along with many other organizations, saw this coming and sprang into action. CCUSA, which normally doesn't distribute food directly, worked with local Catholic charities agencies, government agencies, farmers, truckers, even a seed company, to increase the supply of food to those in need. And local Catholic charities agencies sprang into action as well. Some of those agencies that didn't distribute food before the pandemic started to. And those agencies that did have food programs adapted them to the situation at hand. In some cases, agencies redid their food pantries. They made them not only more accessible during COVID, but also safer from the spread of the disease. And they did so by creating mobile or drive-through pantries. They delivered food to people who were locked in their homes, to senior citizen centers. And they did all these things amid their own challenges. Number one was the lack of volunteers. People were, as I say, locked in their homes. The lack of storage, the lack of refrigeration. All of these efforts bring to mind a quote from Pope Francis, which he wrote in his most recent encyclical, Fratelli Tutti. No one is saved alone. We can only be saved together. Now, this is true for all times, but the pandemic and the response of so many people demonstrated it vividly. As I already mentioned, every part of society engaged in the effort to help others. Governments, businesses, nonprofits, individuals, even young people, school children, got involved through fundraising efforts and other things. In this issue of Charities USA, you will find a number of wonderful examples of this solidarity. And I hope that you are inspired as you read them, and in some cases for our multimedia articles, listen to them. And let's pray that the stories move us to continue these good efforts in every season, whether we're in a crisis or, God willing, soon, we're living our normal lives.